Hi guys, I hope everything is alright and that you are learning well so far. In this video, we're gonna learn how to land on flat grounds. In motocross, it's quite common to do a flat landing. That can happen in a flat landing jump, a jump in which you need to land flat, or simply when you are over jumping any jump. Anyway, to start off, landing on flat ground is much more unpleasant than landing on a slope. You caution better on a downhill. If you land flat, you will have to be sturdy and hold on tight onto your bike. Let's start with the flat landing jump, that one you usually find on your track. Your position is the same as all the other jumps. Of course, you must know what stands after that jump, so you feel more confident. We can't always see what's behind the reception, so you need to analyze prior to the jump where you're gonna put your wheels. So for a flat landing jump, you must jump as far as possible. To do so, you need to do a load up in order to jump higher and longer. For it, bend your legs first and straighten them when taking off, in order to push down the suspension on the face so it springs back up to give you height over the jump. Okay guys, so there were two kinds of load up. There were the standing up load up and the seated load up. And I'm going to first show you the standing up load up. So I'm coming to the jump, face the jump, and I'm bending my legs as I told you. And at the moment the suspensions get pushed down, I'm extending my legs in order to push it down even more, so it will spring back up and give me the height I need to jump. So just what I want to say is to tight your bike here. You shouldn't see any blank between your knees and the bike, and keep your head over the handlebar to maintain the control of your bike. Okay, and for the second video, it's a seated load up. So it's a little bit more it's a little bit faster than the first one. So I'm coming seated, I'm accelerating, and look at this. I'm normal on the bike, I'm on the middle of the bike, and at the end I'm going to push back my shoulder in order to push more the bike suspension, and don't forget to don't stop to accelerate until the end. You need to accelerate until the end of the jump. The quality is not good, sorry, but as you can see here, I'm accelerating until the end of the jump. So it's very important to do it when you are jumping seated. And then after I push on the back, I'm going forward to put my head over the handlebar and keep the control of the bike. Tight your bike, don't forget to do it. And then after, once you land, don't forget to accelerate again in order to smooth the landing. Always keep your head above the handlebar to maintain control of your bike. That's very important. For the fastest rider, adapt yourself to the jump, but generally the scrub can be an option. See the module for scrubbing. Arrive fast at the beginning of the jump and absorb it as much as you can at the same time as you are trying to reach the far as possible. The goal is to gain time, so once more adapt to the jump and your level of confidence. On flat landing, land on your bike wheel first to absorb the shock and to waste the minimum amount of time, because it is that one that handles the engine power. Re-accelerate before landing to avoid bouncing. Continue to accelerate the furthest you can to smooth out the landing. When you land, use your legs to absorb the shock. The point is to maintain your bike wheel on the ground at all times. That is to say, keep your legs slightly bent, ready to soften the landing, as when you land, stay sturdy yet flexible to absorb the shock. Everything will happen really fast. To avoid bouncing and to uplift the bike wheel, don't hesitate to strengthen your legs when you have landed. Okay people, so let's come back to this video. I would like to show a couple of things. So first, the landing here. I want to show you how to squeeze your bike when landing. So here, as you can see, my suspension I push down and my legs are still straight. It's because first the bike needs to take the shock, and then after you are going to help it with your leg. Look at this, and after my legs are helping the suspension. The goal is to keep the bike wheel on the ground. So for it, at the moment the suspension come back, I'm pushing on my legs, in order to keep the bike wheel on the ground. Look at this, my legs are stretched again. So it's very important to accelerate and keep the acceleration while pushing on your legs when landing on a flat landing, in order to keep this bike wheel on the ground. Look at this, my front wheel is lifted from the ground, and the objective is to accelerate to smooth the landing during the first meters. What I will add is that it's very important to tighten your bike with your knee at any moment. Okay. In some jumps, they might have a corner right after. When the corner is closed, you can land on the front wheel to start braking and avoid bouncing. When you do it, be careful to not slip because you block the front brake. Follow the movement of the bike and get ready to turn. Okay, let's come back to this video in which I'm going to show you how to land with the front wheel first. So it's the same jump, obviously, but I'm now turning here just to show you how to land. Imagine if there were a corner just here, then you need to land first with the front wheel in order to smooth better the landing and start braking. So when you're landing, as you see, my body is backward because the bike is frontward, so it's normal. And then after, when you land here, I will start braking and progressively brake until to turn. But here, don't block your front wheel with your brake, otherwise you will lose the front and just slide and fall. So be careful with your front brake when you're doing things like that. And once you landed, don't forget to stay on the back because you're still braking. Okay, so here is another example, and we are currently at Taipei in Taiwan, a little track. I bet Taiwanese will be happy to see it. And otherwise, here there's a little table here and a straight line after, but this table is so short that in this case, if you feel confident, then you can just over jump it and land flat. It's another example. So on the video I'm just coming, I got the speed before. Here I'm cutting the speed, I'm stopping accelerating, and I'm going to amortize it, just a little scrub that I'm doing to avoid to get too high. And then after I'm landing flat over there, so I just over jump this little table to gain time, and then after I'm accelerating. On the video, just to let you know, I'm not really happy with it. Here I'm struggling with the bike, my acceleration is not smooth, I'm stopping accelerating to re-accelerate after, so just to let you know, the acceleration should be linear, smooth, need to be done in one time, like whoop, and not stop on midway. For others reception, the goal is to position your wheels perfectly parallel to the slope, both wheels touching the ground at the same time. If you don't manage to land as you wish, you should probably change the way you stand when you take the ramp. If you are too forward during the jump, it's probably that you were standing too forward taking the ramp. Same on the other way around. It's important to control your bike before you try to go faster. How to flat land when you overjump. On purpose or not, don't panic. Mistakes happen and so does overjumping. When it does, maintain the control of your bike and get ready to land. Ideally, try to land on your bike wheel first rather than both at once. The landing will be the same as described for the flat landing jump. When landing, remain sturdy, yet loose to absorb the shock. So let's wrap it up to land flat. The first step is to accelerate before landing. The second step will be landing on your bike wheel first. The third one, hold on tight onto your bike to absorb the shock. With your legs and your entire knee, you need to really tighten it. The fourth one, continue to accelerate after to smooth out the landing. And the fifth one, maintain the speed to prevent bouncing. Okay guys, so it's the end for this video about how to land flat. I hope it was helpful for you. Let's check the other video and see you on the next one. Thank you very much. Bye bye.